Sophie Cunningham just dropped a bombshell that completely changes everything about Caitlin Clark's future with the Indiana Fever. What she revealed on her podcast wasn't just insider information, it was confirmation of a power struggle that's been tearing the team apart from the inside. And now, with Clark sidelined with an injury in 2025, the timing of this revelation couldn't be more explosive. This wasn't about basketball plays or coaching decisions. This was about who really controls the Indiana Fever, and the answer might shock you. Before we dive into what Sophie exposed, hit that subscribe button if you want the real story about what's happening behind closed doors in the WNBA. Because what you're about to hear changes everything about how we understand the Fever's struggles. Sophie Cunningham, now wearing number 8 for the Indiana Fever after her move from Phoenix, went on her podcast and essentially confirmed what fans had been suspecting all season. She revealed that Caitlin Clark wasn't just following orders like a typical rookie. She was actively forcing changes to the entire offensive system. Think about that for a second. A drafted player, someone who's supposed to be learning the ropes, was essentially rewriting the playbook. Cunningham stated that generational talents like Clark get a green light to control the system, which is incredibly rare. But here's where it gets really interesting. She said Clark had to forcefully make these changes. Not asked to make changes, not suggested changes, forcefully made them. The word forcefully tells you everything you need to know about the tension in that locker room. This wasn't a collaborative process. This was Clark essentially staging a rebellion against the system Stephanie White brought from Connecticut. And Sophie's comments confirm it wasn't going smoothly at all. She specifically mentioned it was a Stephanie White system thing, pointing out that White wanted to play slower half-court basketball while Clark's entire identity is built on up-tempo, fast-break offense. These aren't minor philosophical differences. These are completely opposite ways of playing basketball. But that wasn't even the most shocking part of what Sophie revealed. The real bombshell was when she talked about how Clark was being used in ways that made absolutely no sense. We're talking about a generational point guard being played at small forward for entire games, not possessions, not quarters, entire games. Sophie confirmed this actually happened, and the frustration in her voice when discussing it was obvious. She said when Clark is on the floor, the team has to play a different way, but the coaching staff was actively trying to force her into roles that neutralized her strengths. Imagine drafting someone with Clark's